Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A young man robbed of a bright future by a hit-and-run driver. Tonight, his mother wants you to know just how special he was and how much it would mean to solve this case.
The stage is set for tonight's vice presidential debate, and the setting includes safety measures we haven't seen in this type of event.
President Trump and Governor Whitmer going another round on Twitter as he tells Michigan to, quote, open up. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 6. If social media activity is any indication of health, President Trump is apparently feeling better.
A Marine stationed outside the Oval Office would appear to signal that the president has returned to work there. What we do know is that he's been putting Twitter through its paces. One of his posts took aim at Governor Whitmer and the court ruling last Friday that limited her emergency powers. Mara McDonald is live with a look at the governor's fiery response. And Mara, these two haven't shied away from this sort of sparring.
And I don't think they're going to shy away from it in the future either. Let me show you today's Twitter tit for tat. The president retweeting a post about the governor losing at the Michigan Supreme Court by calling it great news for the people of Michigan and also overstating auto company expansion. What he has been is a consistent critic of the automakers when they attempt to close plants. Michigan has seen autonomous vehicle expansion under his watch and a retooling of some plants here. The governor wasted no time responding, telling him to get to work on a COVID-19 package. Let's be clear about what the Michigan Supreme Court did. The court isn't weighing in on whether the governor's executive orders like masks are good or bad. What the court is saying is what the legislature has said since the beginning of this crisis. A governor does not have unlimited emergency powers. A governor cannot continue to churn out executive orders without approval from the Michigan House and Senate. Back here live, as far as getting a comprehensive COVID relief bill passed, that looks like it is not a possibility at this point. Doesn't mean it can't change. The president, however, was tweeting again late this afternoon that he's ready to sign standalone bills. So let's see what happens. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Okay, Mara, thank you.
Tonight, all eyes on Salt Lake City, where Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris will be squaring off, though from a distance, in the 2020 vice presidential debate. A key moment in the campaign as President Trump continues to recover from the coronavirus, and Americans are looking for answers on how the country will bounce back from the pandemic. Tonight, it's a clash of two running mates with two very different messages.
We're going to continue to protect the vulnerable, continue to save lives. And we're opening up America again.
There has been incredible devastation because of a failure of an administration to take seriously a public health crisis.
The first and only vice presidential debate will feature Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris. The showdown likely to focus heavily on the coronavirus and the White House's response to the pandemic that has claimed more than 210,000 American lives. It's also infected President Trump, First Lady Melania Trump, and several White House staffers.
Don't be afraid of it.
Democrats are making the argument that if the administration can't keep its own house free of the disease, Trump and Pence are not qualified to get the nation healthy.
Mike Pence is the head of the coronavirus task force, is the head of the group that is responsible for getting this virus under control, which they've failed to do.
We'd expect Pence perhaps to go after Harris's record and question her qualifications to be president.
He's got to do what Donald Trump failed to do at the last debate, which is to attack on issues and then let the Biden ticket continue to wrap itself around the axle.
With President Trump 74 years of age and former Vice President Joe Biden 77, Americans may pay closer attention to what is said here tonight in Salt Lake City, as each campaign has repeatedly questioned the health of the man at the top of the other's ticket. And you can watch the vice presidential debate live here on Local 4 tonight at 9 p.m. By the way, our Grant Herms and the Local 4 Trust Index team will be fact-checking the debate live tonight. So while you watch, you can also follow along our fact-checking on clickondetroit.com. And Grant will join the Local 4 News Today team tomorrow morning for a full recap of who stuck to the facts and who may have tried to stretch them.
It was only about a month ago a local family got news most of us couldn't imagine. A young man named Dominic Dune hit and killed while skateboarding by a driver who didn't stop to help. Dominic's mother wants everyone to know her son was on a positive path in life, and she's searching for justice. Here's Local 4's Larry Spruill.
Dominic Dune was my son, and he was killed on September 3rd, the Thursday of Labor Day weekend.
That weekend is a date forever engraved in Gabriella Dune's head.
And as you can imagine, my whole family has been devastated. The loss is just, there's no words to explain.
Police say Dominic was hit and killed by a driver that weekend while skateboarding around 11:37 that night on Sheldon Road, south of 6 Mile Road in Northfield Township. Wednesday, the Dune family shared their favorite memories about Dominic. Gabriella says her 20-year-old son was in college with so much life ahead of him. He recently started journaling.
He was such an amazing guy. He was always trying to better himself. He was really into reading a lot of self-improvement books. As a matter of fact, he was keeping a journal on all the notes from all the books he was reading.
And now she's hoping his will for self-improvement will rub off on others.
I'm asking the driver to please better yourself and come forward. Give our family some closure. If you know who the driver is, better yourself and come forward.
Police said the driver was going south on Sheldon Road from 6 Mile, and more than likely the car will have a lot of front-end damage on it. So, of course, if you know anything about this case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. There is a $15,000 reward. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, Larry, it's been a notably windier and warm day outside.
Yeah, temperatures are going to be dropping, though, tonight, right, Ben?
Yes, guys, and it is that dry air that's going to allow those numbers to really fall. The good news is even though it's been so breezy today, a lot of those winds are going to keep the numbers from falling a little bit further than they would. Temperatures right now outside are still in the 70s, at least south of the city. 69 at Metro, 70 at Monroe, 70 also at City Airport. Let's take a look at 4-zone forecast tonight. Low temperatures are going to be at 47 in the city, 45 officially at Romulus. South zone numbers anywhere between 43 in Onstead and 46 out in Luna Pier. West zone lows are going to be in the 40s as well. And it looks like all of us are going to escape the 30s and what is going to be probably our chilliest night of the forecast. Warmer numbers in the afternoons as we head towards the weekend. We will discuss that in the latest on Delta coming up. Don't forget, you can track the hurricane in addition to the 10-day forecast on the Local Forecasters app. Just hit the More button at the bottom of the home screen and tap Hurricane Tracker to get the latest. Guys?
All right, Ben. Let's turn now to the latest in the coronavirus situation in Michigan. The daily case count is back above the 1,000 mark. State confirming 1,016 new cases over the last 24 hours, along with 9 more deaths to the virus.
The total number of cases in the U.S. has now surged past 7.5 million. 39 states are reporting more cases this week than last week. 9 states are seeing their highest 7-day case numbers since the pandemic started. One of the major hotspots is Wisconsin, where health officials announced today they'll open a field hospital next week to deal with a surge in cases threatening to overwhelm hospitals. You've no doubt seen the plexiglass dividers being used to protect people in different public settings. Well, now they've been installed on stage at tonight's vice presidential debate to shield the participants from each other. But are they effective? Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with his assessment.
Well, you know, Kim, plexiglass shields and partial walls, they sound like a good idea, right? A solid barrier between two people must do something to protect them from each other. Many of the extreme measures we are taking these days of COVID aren't necessarily rooted in science and often become hygiene theater. See-through barriers used to only be seen in high-security areas. Now they're everywhere. Plexiglass walls erected to stop the spread of coronavirus. Both the CDC and OSHA do recommend the use of plexiglass and other barriers in work environments to reduce direct spread of potentially infectious droplets between people, especially in manufacturing, retail, or food service settings where physical distancing might not be possible. Even though these recommendations are in place, there is surprisingly little science that supports their use or that gives clear guidance on the best design. Now, intuitively, a barrier should be effective at stopping droplets that are expelled when a person talks, coughs, or sneezes. And because they'll become covered in those droplets, they should be cleaned regularly. The effectiveness against small aerosols that hang in the air for minutes to hours and that could move around the barrier if it isn't large enough is simply unclear. In many ways, it's a similar circumstance to the question over the effectiveness of face shields. Recent analysis has shown while they do block large droplets, aerosols can travel around them. Now, at the start of the pandemic, clever engineers devised a plexiglass box that we could put over a patient's head when we insert a breathing tube to protect us from droplets and aerosols that they might release. It looked like a great idea, but when these boxes were studied, it turned out they were actually making things worse, and ultimately, the FDA rescinded its emergency use authorization. The point is, even when something sounds like a good idea, once it's studied, even good ideas can be wrong.
Yeah. So what's the bottom line on the plexiglass? You're seeing them everywhere at the grocery store, the nail salon, just, all over. Do they really work?
Well, Kim, ultimately, they likely do provide some protection from larger droplets, and they certainly can physically enforce necessary distancing, but it's equally important to remember they are just another piece to mitigating risk. Masks, distance, hand washing, and ventilation are also really still essential.
Yep, put it all together. Okay, Dr. McGeorge, we appreciate it.
A major drug bust on the Canadian side of the Ambassador Bridge. Canadian border agents found 21 kilos of meth worth an estimated $2.7 million. Agents say a commercial truck entered Canada across the Ambassador Bridge and had to undergo a secondary examination. And during that process, they discovered a duffel bag filled with the drug. That driver's been arrested and is now facing a number of charges.
Still ahead, if you've recently bought cantaloupe from Meijer, don't eat it until you check the sticker or label. We'll explain why it might not be safe to eat.
And here's Jamie.
The NBA Finals local connection that has two coaches beaming with pride. All of that story next on Local 4.